to store in a linked list, guys, in a linked list, as we discussed, if it is singly node and data, if it is double, 3 parts. I want to store roll number, I want to store name, I want to store, let's imagine mark. How it is possible? Here address of previous record, here it is next. How to achieve to store multiple data in a node? Think and answer me. No change in linked list concept. Start, previous, next, current node, next node, those remain same. But instead of, where is my Excel? So instead of 31, I want to store collection of record like roll number, name, mark. What can we use to achieve this?
We can use maybe constructor.
We can use class, that's all. We can use, in order to handle heterogeneous data, collection of mixed data, you can use class. So listen carefully. So let's assume same. So let's assume linked list. It can be single or it can be double. Wait. So I have node 1, which is in the memory address 1005. So node 2 in the memory address 1009. In 1024 memory, node 3. So this will be pointing to the next node. This will be pointing to the next node. And this is the last node. We should have null. And for your information, this is start node. If you have only next, then it is singly linked list. If you have next and previous, then it is doubly linked list. So earlier, we stored only 100, 200, 300. One single data. So that is the reason in our node class, we declared one single variable number of the type integer. I want now to be stored student roll number, student name, and student mark. How it is possible? It is possible with the help of class. So here I will not have 101 Kalapala and mark. Instead, I will have what we will have?
Class object.
Class object, very good. And this object will be pointing to a class, and that will be holding roll number, name, and marks. Am I making it sense? So in a node,
Yes, ma'am.
each node is holding one object. And that object is an object of class, and the class is holding 3 records. So yes, of course, I want to get all the records. So earlier my node holding number, now my node is holding object, and that object consists of records. Those records you can handle with class, variables, constructor, getSet, toString, whatever you want to do. Shall I modify my code in such the way to handle roll number, name, also mark? So time being, I'm
Yes,
using
ma'am.
the same class. Shall I use the student detail class? Because my student detail classes exist in the same package with roll number, name, and mark. All right, please pay attention. So in my node class, instead of number, what you need to have?
Student.
So object. Okay, I'm deleting everything. So earlier you have one single number. Now you have object. And as usual, generate constructor only for student object and generate get set for the remaining. Okay, I know there will be a problem because you need to correct all the program, all the files. All right. So in node, we will have object. Now go to your demo. So when it is inserting, I want to get roll number, enter roll number. Listen carefully. Earlier I captured only number. This time I want to capture roll number. I want to capture name. And then I want to capture marks. Listen carefully. Sometime back, I captured only number and I passed number. This time, I should not pass number. Instead, I will pass object. I can do it separately also. Listen carefully. Student details. Object is equal to new student details of I will pass roll number. I will pass name. I will pass mark. These two values will be initialized in my constructor and I am passing that object to which method? Insert method. And this insert method should not get number. Instead, it should get object. Everywhere I'm changing it as student detail object so that it will be unique name. So far, is that clear? Instead of one single number, I am passing object. Same thing we need to do here. I'll do modification. Wait. Here I'm gonna to delete only roll number. Whichever the roll number of student I want to delete. So what to be replaced here? I want answer from you. So I have allocated memory for number. Now I want to allocate memory for
student.
that's all. So I want to allocate memory for student object. No need to initialize. All the initialization happening in constructor. So I think that's all. I'm allocating the node and the node will be holding all the data. What is the data? My roll number, name and mark. How to delete? Delete alone, it's unique. Listen. Current dot with the given object dot, I should get roll number. And that roll number should matches with this number. So current is my object of student detail. In node student detail object, I am getting roll number. Whichever the roll number, I need to correct. Same thing is applicable here. By using the current node object dot number. Sorry, number. Roll number. This is not required, it's working, no? I can delete this line. What I want to display, I want to display all the values. Do you have toString? If you have toString, all the details will be printed based on this order. I'm starting from start node dot student details object. What will happen if I try to print object, guys? All of you, please pay attention. No confusion, nothing. Only thing is, instead of variable, we replaced with object. So I am creating an object for node class, and which is initializing with start node. We are continuing until it reaches null. So by using node object, if I try to print student detailed object, what it will be printed?
The address.
All the values. Whenever if you are trying to print object, any class object, the object will call toString. And this toString is holding roll number, name and mark, everything we initialized. We initialized at the time of creation, and we stored that in the node which we have created some time back at the time of insertion process. If I have an output, I'll show you. Some time back, I have executed the same program holding number. This time, nowhere you will get number. Every time you will get student object, and that object is pointing to toString method. Wait, let me show you. I'll rerun. Listen carefully. Insert. Let me insert. I'm inserting 505. So enter name. Vivek. Enter mark. 504. Vaishnavi entering the mark. Let me insert one more record. 503. Swapnil and mark. If I try to view the record, can you see? Instead of one single number, we are getting student detailed object. I inserted Vivek and then Vaishnavi and then mark. All the three data is captured as a single variable. Guys, listen, 503 Swapnil 78 is captured, and we are passing. See here, I'm capturing roll number, name, mark, and I am passing all the three value to my constructor of student details class, and I am initializing all the value. And the same object is passed to insert method. That same object which we have inserted the record will be set as node 1, and that is my start node. So this is for Vivek record. When I try to insert Vaishnavi, Vivek record will be the second, and previous will be set as the newly created node. So after execution, let's say I have student object. This object is holding Swapnil record. This object is holding Vaishnavi record. And this object is holding Vivek record. Try to relate. Initially, I'm creating all the three data and I'm storing in student object. And this object is inserting in my node. And this is my start node. When I insert second record, this is gonna to be the start node. And this node, next node will be the node which we created some time back. And then third, I created Swapnil. At last, Swapnil object is made as start node. And that is connected with the previously created node. So by the way, all the three nodes are connected each other. Again, I'm repeating. Previously, it is number. Now it is object. I have not changed any coding with respective to linked list. Wherever I handled number, I have replaced with object. And if I want to take 505 and if I want to delete, I should use the current node student detailed object dot roll number. or get roll number to get the unique roll number. Can you relate this demo, guys? Same, I have not even changed one single line in my linked list operation. Wherever I have a single integer variable, I replaced with student details object. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
I have not changed any operation over here. Whatever the operation we started, I continued with this. I'm going to modify my sprint according to that. Only thing is, earlier we handled int number. So now we replaced with a class object. For class object, you need a class. And whenever if you are printing an object, toString will be printed. Again, I'm repeating, if you want only forward mode, next is fine. If you want to establish reverse mode, 60 is connected with 65. If you want 65 to connected with 60, then previous is mandatory. If you want to traverse both forward direction and reverse direction, have this concept of next and previous. If you want to go only forward mode, truncate this previous. I'm sharing again the modified file itself. The complete file, I'm sharing it. Execute the same and modify according to your requirement. 1 second.